So, the new C-Class finally gets the attention it deserves. It was about time, I guess, since this is the biggest selling Mercedes in the history of the brand. And if until now every C-Class felt like it was designed in a lunch break or in a hurry, this time the designers were given a free hand and they came up with this. A great looking family car, very spacious inside, and from each angle you look at it from the outside, you could confuse it very easily with its bigger brother, the S-Class. The one we're driving right now is a C200 BlueTEC, equipped with everything you might need to make it look even better. It's got the outside AMG line pack, which features 18-inch wheels, sportier looking front and rear bumpers, two fake exhausts, and flare arches with AMG specific design. Other optional extras that are worth a mention are the full LED headlights, an option that will set you back about 800 euros, and a fantastic 7-speed automatic gearbox. The price? It's 46 grand, in euros that is, and you get all the kit I talked about in that price. And if you think that's a bit expensive, well, just go over to BMW's configurator for the 3 Series and you'll see that the price difference is very small. Now, I'm really not a big diesel engine fan. I've owned a diesel engine for the past 10 years and I don't really care for them that much. But this one, a 136 horsepower 1.6 diesel engine, made me change my opinion. It pulls quite good considering the car is quite heavy, 1.5 tons, but the thing that struck me is the fact that it's very, very quiet. For the first miles I drove it this morning, I was wondering if the guys at the dealership played a joke on me and gave me a petrol engine instead, because until you reach 3000 RPM you can barely hear the engine. The fuel consumption is about 7 liters in town and goes down to about 4.5 liters when driving on the highway. These numbers are quite easy to reach in real life, especially because of the 7-speed automatic gearbox. You should know this gearbox is a classic one, single clutch. It's got the stick shift right here behind the steering wheel. Every gear change happens very smoothly and fast. The thing I love the most about this gearbox is that short delay that happens before the gear gets selected. As a manual gearbox fan, I think this is a great feature because it lets you feel a bit more what the car is doing. I just can't get my head around how good the suspension is. I just don't understand how Mercedes can set up this suspension the way they do. Even if the suspension is a bit on the sporty side, it just glides over bumps. It remains very quiet and comfortable. And each time you hit a pothole, it makes absolutely no sound. I think Mercedes is the only company that's able to do this with ease. The steering is electrical and I'm sorry, but even Mercedes has failed to replicate the hydraulic steering feel. It just feels too artificial, too light at high speeds, and for unexperienced drivers it can be quite dangerous if they see an obstacle in front of them and they need to swerve to avoid it. Still, you can sort of resolve this issue by using the agility control switch, and if you put the car in sport mode, then the steering can almost replicate the feel of a hydraulic one. Furthermore, if you use the individual setting on the agility control switch, you can set the steering into sport, the ride and the engine into comfort, and then you'll be as close as you can to a regular steering feel. That being said, I'm pretty sure that most of the C-Class buyers won't be able to tell the difference between this electrical steering and the former hydraulic one. And now we've come to the interior. Just look at it. It's fantastic. It looks great and feels great. And for hours I've been trying to look for a bad quality material in the interior, but I just can't find one. And the attention to details on this car is absolutely amazing. It feels like every button or switch in this car had months and months of tweaking to make it feel premium. In the back you can fit 2 adults and a child very easily, no issues. The boot is quite large. The only 2 things I'm not sure about are both related to this screen. First, when the car is switched off, you think, wow, what a big screen. And when you turn it on, you will realize that almost 20% of the screen is actually the bezels. And it looks quite cheap because of that. And the second one is the fact that it's not orientated to the driver. I really don't understand why they chose to do this, because most of the information that you can find here are driver related. All in all, the C-Class is a great package. It looks great, it feels great, it's built very well, and if you have the budget to buy one, go for it.